Hello, friends. This is the Patriotic DIY collaboration. Our hosts are Six Kids in a Glue Gun and Rustic and Lace DIY. Please check out their channel in the description box and the playlist of all the other amazing creators.
Hey everyone. Okay, so we are going to work on a barn scene. And we've got all the pretty colors out here. We've got greens and blues. I went ahead and base coated my canvas with a baby blue. Once it was dry, I dry brushed some blue into it. And now we want to create some clouds in the sky. So I'm going to just put a little bit of white on my brush. I don't want too much because we can keep adding if we want. So I always just put quite a bit of paint right there in the middle. And build that cloud up because I don't want a big white spot in the sky. Tap in a little bit more. Okay. And then let's put, you're really not going to see this cloud. We've got so many trees coming in, but okay. Then I'm going to take that excess white paint off, and then I'm just going to stay on the edge and I'm going to pull some of that paint color out. Right along the edges. Make them soft. Yeah. And then I'm going to take that same brush, I'm going to drop it in my two greens. I've got kind of a medium green and a softer green over here to the side. And let's go into our grass. And I'm going to touch into some dark green as well. So you're just going to want to keep adding some different greens and blend them together so that nothing looks, we don't have just a plain green rectangle. And then our barn is going to go here. I don't have anything drawn in yet, but I do know that I want the bushes going around the barn. So same brush, and this is, used to be a really nice brush. Now it's known as a scruffy brush. And I want to go ahead and just tap in my trees here. You want to be light on the edges. Then we're going to have some of on this side. Then our barn's going to go right in here. Then let's take some burnt umber. and a liner brush. You can use whatever liner brush you're used to. I like the long bristles. So I'm going to touch into my burnt umber and my lighter brown. And I just want to take this brush and kind of twirl it between my thumb and my forefinger. And we just want some limbs coming out here over the trees. Now you don't want anything dark or, too much. And it doesn't really matter how they look at the moment because we are going to add to this a little later. Next, we're going to add in our barn. So as soon as I get that drawn in, I'll be right back. All right, we're back. I went ahead and base coated my barn with just a medium gray. Now we're going to add in the details, and I'm going to use a 1/4 inch flat brush. I'm going to dip the edge in some black, blend it out here. And then we're just going to start by adding in our roof line. Now when your paint is wet, you can push that paint wherever you want it to go. So I don't have any lines drawn on here. I'm just putting them in wherever I want, trying to keep them straight, so you'll see me pushing paint around until I get it the right way. Okay, then we're going to come down. So we've got now one side of the barn. And then, let's see, we've got go right up under here. We're going to have this part of the barn come down. Now you'll see all this in the line drawing. I'm basically sitting here designing this as I paint it. We've got the roof line there, it comes down, and then we have this smaller shed over on this side. Under there. Now, once you learn how to not have to, put those graphite lines on, the easier painting will become. So this is going to be a corner where this barn attaches to this. Then you want to go on each side that black line. So wherever you put the paint, then you're going to keep the black to the black. See how my black is running right here? That's okay because we want this to look old anyway. And we've got this roof over here. We have a roof line. this wall that comes here. So we've pretty much got all of them sectioned out. Now let's go in, pick up a little bit more black. We can have a big barn door over here. So I'm gonna go across the top first and then down each side. Let's make this the barn where the tractor goes in. So I went on the outer edge first. Right here at the top. Now I'm going to keep my black to my black as I go on the inside of that door. And then we're going to have the doors opening here. So we're going to go right down the center. Then I'm going to flip my brush, keeping my black to my black. Let's put another door over on this side. So those are really simple to put in. So try that freehand. Because like I said, now I've got so much water on there, I can just move that wherever I want it to go. Perfect. And you can make as many doors on here as you want. Put windows in. So I've got a little bit more paint than I wanted in here, so I cleaned my brush. Now I'm just mopping some of that paint out of there and putting it on my paper towel. Now we want to add some brown into this. We want all the different colors going on. So let's take a flat brush, pick up this lighter brown, and let's make our, see how I'm just adding that brown real lightly in there? You don't want too much. And then pick up some more of the light brown, and I'm going to take a corner of the burnt umber and blend it together. And I don't want a whole lot, but we're going to add some shades of brown in here. Perfect. Now let's take a smaller 1/4 inch brush. Let's add a little bit of black, and we're just going to put some windows in here. And again, you don't want it solid black. It's just, you know, showing it's just an illusion up there. And then we've got a couple of windows here. Let's put like a loft up in here. Then I'm going to touch down in a little bit of white. We're going to add in some accents, like right here on the roof line. We want it to look very rustic, so just smooth that in there. Now we're also going to do a flag in there, but before we do that, we're just going to finish up our landscape. So we're back to a scruffy brush. You want it kind of dry. So I'm going to pick up all the colors, dark, light, and some white. Okay. And we're going to come up here and we're going to make it look like this barn is back in the weeds. So see how just tapping it, I'm going up probably 1/4 of an inch into that bottom of the barn. Because we want to make it look like all these weeds are growing up around it. And then we can come down. Now I just want to hit and miss right there a little bit. Perfect. Now for my tree up there, I want it to look different than down here. So I'm going to add in some yellow right around the tops of the trees. You want your branches to show. So, perfect. I like that. Now I'm going to take most of that paint off. I'm going to pick up a little bit of white so that now we can do some highlights. And then go back in here, add a few more. As this dries, your paint is going to soak into that canvas, so you may want to come back after it's dry and add in some more. But I'm good with that. Now I want a little bit of, actually, blue, but we're going to paint this in white to begin with. So our flag is going to go here. But we do want it to look old, so we're in distressed. I'm going to add a little bit more white in here, but on my windows, because as that dries, it's soaking in. Then let's get a dark red. All right, we're going to have to find dark blue. Now with the way that our roof is, with the one matching up to it, we're going to have to put this in at a little angle. Now you don't want much red on there either. And let's just go up that red. That's going to be our focal point on this, is that flag, but we've got to let that dry. Now I can go back in with my liner brush and add some detail lines here. Separating my doors if I wanted to. Adding some little lines so that it looks like we have splitting wood there. So just touch on the eaves and pull down and make the corners a little bit darker so they stand out right under the... Nothing should be straight on this barn because it is supposed to be an abandoned barn out in the field. So you can add as many as you would like. You can even go on the side of the door so it looks, you know, like that door has the boards beside it. So pretty. I love this. I'm going to go back into that flag. I'm going to pick up the blue and then I'm going to put a little bit of black in with it. I want it a little bit darker. I'm just going to pull those colors out. Now I'm going to let this dry, and when I come back, I want it to look even more vintagey, so we're going to go over it with a light coating of brown. During that break, I went ahead and took my liner brush and just dotted some stars up here on the flag area. Now I want to make this look older, vintage, and you don't have to do this if you don't want to, if you want to keep it, you know, bright like it is. But we're going to just take some of this honey brown, which is just a medium brown, and I want to use it as a wash. So I want to make sure that it doesn't have a lot of paint in it. We just want like a glaze. And it's easier if you don't want to put it all on there. You can come back and do another coat if you'd like, if it's not dark enough. I'm going to go, especially get over that star that's so bright. that star, I mean that flag. And then get right in there. Okay, see, I got too much because I was getting in a hurry. So I'm going to clean that brush, drop it on my paper towel, and then I'm going to spread that out a little bit more. There, that looks much better. I can also take my paper towel, rub over the top of it, smooth it out a little bit more. And there we go. We've got a cute barn scene. I'm going to touch down in that dark blue just a little bit and create more of a shadow underneath the blue area. And then go over those stars a little bit. There. All right, thank you for joining me for this tutorial. I hope you enjoy the next one as well.